When you think of the Extinction Rebellion, you probably think of mass protests, because that's the most obvious part of it. It's everywhere. It's on TV, YouTube and Instagram. But it's not the full story, because not everything XR does involves getting arrested. For example, like baking or eating cake, we do cake sales. Like acting, we do street theatre. Like fashion or books, yes, they just came in the same sentence, we do clothes and book swaps. Like art, there's an entire artistic group. Like picnics, we're organising one now. You know when someone says there's something for everyone, well, they're probably lying, but if none of this interests you, you can just come up with something that does, and XR could probably use the idea. Having said that, mass protests are the most effective way to get politicians to act like responsible adults for a change. For example, Parliament actually declared a climate emergency. Do you think that would have happened without XR and protests in general? It wouldn't. And there's a climate emergency whether we acknowledge it or not. It's just amazing that they acknowledged it, or at least it would be if they weren't still taxing solar panels and using taxpayer money to subsidise fossil fuels for some reason. Which is why the next demand is become carbon neutral by 2025. Yeah, decarbonise everything in 5.5 years. How are we going to do this? Well, that probably deserves its own video, if not series, because, well, that's going to take some explaining. The way the Extinction Rebellion would like to work out how to do this is this thing called citizens' assemblies. Hopefully, because they're made up of people who want a future, they should act a bit more decisively than the politicians. Also, democracy is not binary, it's a spectrum. The more power's decentralised, the more democratic you are. So a citizens' assembly gives you the informed consent of a representative group, which is the next best thing to an informed consent of the majority, really. And really, whether citizens' assemblies should be added as a permanent part of our democracy and exactly what they are probably also deserves its own video. It's just there are 2 bits. Hang on, if I'm holding this, won't that show up on my... put it in my armpit? Is that good?
You can see it, quite obvious.
You can see it.